Welcome back to my channel. I'm Venus from Heart's Desire by Venus. And today I'm going to go through a project that I'm working on. It's not so much a project as something I do like right now, the end of February, beginning of March. I don't know about you, but I lose some of my creativity. It's not quite spring outside. I'm itching to get out, but I can't. The weather's I've got still almost 2 feet of snow in my backyard. So I find I kind of lose my mojo. So when I lose my mojo, this is what I do. I make masterboards. Now I know everybody's like, yeah, masterboards. Everybody makes them. I don't make them quite like everybody else. I make mine with the purpose of clearing up all my scraps. So these are just a few that I've been working on right now. Oh, I'll turn it so you can see it. And they're all random pieces, and I glue them down and then I stitch them. So you can see just a few here. And then in the next few videos, you will see what I actually do with these after I've made these. Just going to go through a couple more here. And you can see they're not artistically done. Like, nothing against the people who do them artistically. You do fabulous work. I just can't get there. I spend more time fussing over where each individual piece goes that I find it actually frustrating. And mine don't look nearly as good as those ladies do who do it and get it all beautiful on their masterboards. So this is how I do it. And this is more for using scraps and just gets my mojo back. Because, you're just sitting here cutting and pasting. And, I even use some die cut out papers here. And it just makes me feel better. So I'm going to show you how I do this. And maybe if you're like me right now and you're in a slump, this will help. So when I'm done a project, I have tons of stuff left over. Because if you're like me, I keep all my bits. So you can see here's one of my boxes. What I have is I have pizza boxes. They are like 13 by 13 inch pizza boxes, not used pizza boxes. I went to my restaurant supply store not far from here and got a whole whack of them. And what I do is I'll put each kit, the leftovers, in a pizza box. And also I have boxes labeled like pinks, greens, blues, for miscellaneous stuff. And I stack them up. And after a while, when I get some or I get these blocks, I use them. So I just grab a couple of boxes. This one is called Sewing Room. I'm not sure where the collection is from. And then I've got some pinks and greens and blues here. And I'm just going to make some masterboards. And it's really simple. And like I said, I'm not artistic enough to make those fantastic ones where they tear and they got all the layering. No, I can't do that. So what I do is I do this instead. So I also use up old pieces of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that we all have that at some point I'm like, I'm not sure why I got that. And I don't really like it. So like this one, this is an old basic gray paper. I don't know why I have it, but the back side is not too bad. But even if the backs are plain, I just leave them out because they'll be the back of my masterboards, which I don't worry about. So basically I take my page, whatever one I'm going to sacrifice, and I will get some of my papers going. And you do not have to be, I'm not precise on these. I don't tear little pieces. I literally take my bigger pieces that I've got. I'm just trimming this one off. Like this one is an off-cut. And, if you got a glue stick, that's good. I went to the dollar store because I couldn't find any Yoo-hoo glue sticks in town. So I got these dollar store ones, and they're garbage. They won't stick down. So I am using my glue. But any kind of glue that you can... This is just regular craft glue because I'm going to stitch on it. So you do not want, I don't want Fabri-Tac or stuff like that because it's expensive glue and I don't need that coverage for this. So, and all I do is I just take my pages, my colors here, and you may think, oh, they're not going to all match. And sometimes I grab 2 box kits, whatever is there. But it's amazing once you glue them down and then you stitch around them. You can make them all work nicely. That's not a big deal. And then I got like this blue piece. Just going to glue it down. And I find this just, I don't know, just sitting here gluing. It's like your kindergarten days. Ooh, I'm gluing. Just makes you feel better. Maybe I've been gluing too much, maybe. Sniffing the glue here, I guess. And I just overlap them little bits and press them down. Okay, I'm just going to get something else out of the box. You know, you always got little bits left over. Ooh, here's a good size bit. Like you, and because I could just save these and use them to make journal cards, just trimming the edges off. But I mean, I've got lots of journal cards, so these work up good. I'm gonna glue this one up here. And I'm also using my stash because I don't want to throw away those bits, but you know, they do accumulate a mass after a while, so I'll do this. Okay, make sure the hearts go the right way though. Line it up. And I find this way you don't have to be artistic or anything to do this. You can just stick them on. What else have I got in my box here? Ooh, here's a couple of... Just going to move my box over here so you can see. So I got a couple of long strips here. I'm going to cut those in. And I'm going to cut the longer strips into 2 pieces. Just because they're kind of long. But I'm just going to trim the edges off here. All right, let's see. Oh, and the other thing I do is this is the time, you know what, when you've got your blade all kind of rough, where it's not cutting, I don't know if you can see here, it's not cutting as smoothly, it needs a new blade. That's the best time to do this, because then I find when I sew all these together, it's got that little furry, burry edge on there. It looks all distressed. And I like that. So I'm also getting a little extra mileage out of my cutting blades because they're still cutting. It's just not doing a smooth cut. So I save those so that it will do this to my tag or to the masterboard, because then I don't have to actually distress it. And I'm just going to overlap this way. And oh, I've got some pinks here. You know, just go crazy and glue these all on. Let's do that one this way. The other thing you can do too is like some of my kits, I've got things like this. So I'm going to glue that right on there. Just, you know, odd clip art parts or ephemera pieces that you didn't use and you want to use them in a different way. This is great. Plus it takes that big block of print there. Adds a little more interest. And because I usually cut them into 6-inch cards and stuff, I'm just going to lay it over to the side so that I'm not going to cut it off when I do my masterboard parts. But see, just adds a little extra. I've got some more stripy paper here. And I just kind of, I'll use other stuff that's on my desk as well, because my desk is actually never clear. Not really. So like here I've got a book page piece. I'm going to glue that on. I call this my desk cleaning thing. My husband always laughs because I'm like, yep, I'm downstairs. I'm going to go clean my desk. He knows darn well I'm not cleaning my desk. I am making more of a mess. I'm just going to layer. Ooh, I'll layer it this way. What else have I got in here? Let's see. Oh, here's a bunch of little ones. Oh, there's a butterfly. I'll keep that though for a different project. But excellent. Randomly glue these all on. It's surprising how many bits you've got when you start gluing. I've made quite a few masterboards this time around. Usually I only do a couple, but I've been in a really big slump for what to make. I've got a lot of projects on the go, but I'm just feeling a little lost right now. I'm gonna do that. And you can see some of them, I'm not even cutting the white edge off. I am just gluing it on. I'm going with the flow. Just getting a few of these on here. And I just overlap slightly on these just to give it a little bit more oomph. Oh, here's another good one. And I'm just going to tear this one. Ooh, right across the middle. I just try and put these together as fast as possible without thinking, because I have a tendency to overthink these things and then it becomes painful. And I'm really trying to do this just to break free of my usualness. And there's another piece of that. I think I'm going to tear this piece. Yep, right there. And you can see they're not all from the same kit. It's just pieces of got all around, but it kind of works together. If you just keep it, I keep it like the color lots. You know, oh, this one's kind of softy colors, but it still works. And there, and then I've got another pink piece over here. Oh, the backside's nice on this one too. And then I also find this reminds me of, oh, I've got, because I've got so many digital kits that sometimes, I mean, yeah, I know there's an organization system. Somebody's probably got a good one. But I forget what I've actually got. Well, I'm going to do this little piece. This one's from the last book I just made. Okay. Get that on there. Let's do it right here. And you can see I'm almost done. I got a little spot down here to still do. Let's take... Ooh, yeah. Take that one and put it there. And then if you've... Oh, there you go. See? So now I just have this one little spot in the middle. And what have I got that would be fun for there? No, I don't want that one. Let's see what I've got in my magic box. Oh, here's, this one's interesting. It's a bunch of tickets that I didn't cut out initially. I'm actually going to glue that right on the middle spot there. So you can use up some of your ephemera too that you didn't quite get. You know, sometimes I don't cut out all the pieces. I'll print out all the pieces of my kits, but I don't necessarily cut them or use them all. So perfect. So now my master board is randomly covered. If you've got any washi tape, this is also a good time. You could go in with some washi tape. I've just got this gold one on my desk. I think I'll just put a couple of pieces randomly on here. I'm sure I've got a better color, but you know what? I kind of like the little pop of gold on here. Oh. And in case you don't know, I actually am not a big fan of washi tape because I can never make it work right. One there, and I'll do one more because you can't just do in twos. You got to do 3, 5s, or 7s, or at least I do. Kind of neurotic that way. Ooh, there and there. All right, and if you've got any, like I said, I've got some of those words. I'm going to just put a couple of glue some of these words on here. They're big pieces that I've got from a kit. And I just try and glue them. There we go. Try and glue them randomly. Let's see. Ooh, I've got hope. No. All right, I'm going to leave it like that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my sewing machine. And if any of you quilt, you'll totally understand. I'm just going to free motion quilt this. But if you don't quilt, what basically I do is I start on the side and I'll do just a stitch. And I'm just going to randomly go down, and then I'll just go up and follow some of these spots around randomly, all one stitch. I don't start and stop. I just randomly go, like I might circle around here and circle around here and just try and join some of these lines up and stitch. Sometimes I do it in a straight stitch. Sometimes I'll switch halfway through to a zigzag. It's just basically to make some of these stick down, but add some little interest. It's nothing, you don't stress about it. You just basically put it under your machine and just let the machine go where it's going to go. Okay, so I will be back in a moment after I've stitched. Okay, so I'm back. As you can see here, I'll try and zoom in a little bit. Can you see? I've stitched, I zigzagged. I did some straight stitching. I basically just willy-nilly around the board, just kind of made sure that, every page, at least piece, has some kind of stitching in it so that it's held down a little bit better. And that is what I do with my boards. Now at this point, I will stack them and then I cut them up after. But you could go on, I have done with a few times now where I've gone on where there's, they're not quite matching as well as I'd like. I've gone on to just take dabs of paint and just kind of flicked paint, with your brush on there. With like this case, I would do gold, which actually maybe we will do. And it just adds a little bit extra to your board here. Get my paintbrush out. Let's just see here. Ooh, that's a good one. And I'm just going to flick a little bit of paint on here. Probably should have put down a drop sheet because I just got some in my coffee, but that's all right. And then I think on this one, I'm just going to go in and do a few paint brushes of metallic, just a few spots, just lightly, ooh, like right here. Just pick a few spots. Better shake my paint up a little bit better. There we go. And I'm just using some metallic acrylic here, but you can do whatever color kind of ties in a bit. And I'm just going to pour a few of these white spots with some gold. You can see it just adds it all together without really being together too much. And you can use whatever thread you've got. Right now on this particular one, I had cream in the top, but I'll show you. Flip it over. On the back side here, I had green because it was just, I had this green. I don't even know what project I would have needed green for. And so it's a good way of using that up too. So now I'm just going to let that dry, and then I would cut this up. Lots of times I'll cut it into 6 inches strips, and then you can either get, out of each 6-inch strip, you can get 2 tags or 4 journaling cards, depending on the sizes. That's why when I do words and that, I'll kind of make sure I'm keeping in mind my 6-inch mark would be about here, so that I'm not cutting some of these off. But anyways, this is what I do to de-stress. This is what I do to get my mojo back. After about 10 or so of these, I've also used up scraps, which makes me feel better. And then I have some bases for other projects. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. As I said, I will be showing you in the next couple of videos what I made with these master boards. And I will be back again on another day. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for all my new subscribers and my older ones. Love to hear what you're doing with these ideas. Go on over to my Facebook page. That would be Heart's Desire by Venus. And you can show me what you're doing if you're following along with my videos. And hopefully I will see you guys again soon. Have a great day.